Buenos dias, me fellow resellers. Me resellers of the cloth. How are you? What is going on? Yes, it's me, your friendly Cape Cod reseller. I don't know about friendly, but you know, you catch me in the right mood, I may be friendly. So, you're probably wondering where I've been. I've been hibernating. It's middle of summer. Well, it's the end of summer, actually, ain't it? Like another week. No, next week is Labor Day. Yeah, so all is good. You know, just been doing my thing out here in these streets, reselling. I moved from Hyannis to Chatham, so now I'm in Chatham, Massachusetts. So if you look at Cape Cod, I'm on the elbow. You'll figure it out if you look at it. So that's where I am currently. Still doing eBay, digging back into eBay. I got piles of stuff that I have to do. The good old, what they call them, money piles, death piles, whatever piles we call them these days. But I got to start listing. I actually hired a fellow reseller to help me take photos. So I made up the thing where I can add her, so she could add on to my eBay account, so she has some limited access to my account. So I'm driving through Chatham right now. I'm on the outskirts, driving into the village here. So you'll see the village if you're watching me speak. So it's definitely different living out here in Chatham. Everything is super expensive. I bought a sub not too long ago, and I think it was $24. And I said, you gotta be shitting me. $24, like, wow. So needless to say, I have not ventured to too many places out here. Even one of there's a thrift store here that is crazy. I was in there the other day, and they had $60 on a cashmere sweater, Brooks Brothers cashmere sweater, $60 on a Brooks Brothers blazer, $350 on a Saks Fifth Avenue with Laurel Piana fabric, and it was camel hair, and they wanted $350. And I said, yo, this is Chatham at its finest right here. I think I seen something last year where the average home sold for $1.5 million in Chatham. So I am definitely out of my element here, but I love it here. I'm not gonna lie. I love hanging out with people I have no right hanging out with. You know, these people are in a different price bracket. Private jet boat setting, no, private jet, what was that Ric Flair line? Wheeling, dealing, or whatever he said. I can't remember off the top of my head. I should have watched wrestling more. I would have got that one. But yeah, I mean, I live here with a roommate, so that's going pretty decent once you figure out each other's schedules and stuff like that. This is an old Chatham Ford dealer right here on the side. That thing's got to be there for a while. Old brick building. As we're coming into the village now, vehicles of choice for people out here in Chatham is kind of interesting, because I see a lot of Land Rover Discoveries, Land Rovers in general, G500 or whatever they are, the Mercedes G-Wagons. There's a bunch of those. Those other things that I can't think of the name of the vehicles. The Greenwich, the newer vehicles that look like Land Rover Defenders. There's a bunch of those in town. Jeeps, of course. You know, you live in a beach community, so yeah, Jeeps are a common thing. But here we are on Main Street. So, you know, I'm trying to get acquainted here and understand my belonging. You know, hired an employee. It's been about 2 weeks now. Takes photos. I've listed probably over 100 things over the last, I don't know. That guy got a little too close. Over last week, and yeah, a few more things are going to get listed this week. It's a process, you know, trying to get all this stuff taken care of and figure out a routine. I've lost over 200 pounds, so that's been a very good accomplishment. Let me tell you, I'm patting myself in the back right now. We speak on that. love it. Love it, love it, love it. Gotta let the people cross in the crosswalkie. But yeah, I lost 200 pounds. I've lost about 80 pounds over the last 4 months since I've had surgery, and all is good. I really can't complain. You know, there's a lot of changes, and you know, surgery, moving. First time I moved in 15 years. You know, going back to a storage unit for eBay, storing of eBay inventory, organizing that, and a lot of different other things. You know, everything's needs like accustomed to getting used to, and I'm trying to get there. I would love to make videos again, so if anybody has any ideas of videos to make, let me know. I'll try to figure out a way that I can make videos on a regular basis. I actually made a few videos today. I was going to do a day in life video, but the day got away from me before I know it. So we'll maybe try another one of these days here. But I can't get around these people without coming. Maybe I can. But you know, that's Main Street in Chatham, one of the more prettier main streets probably of any town. We got a lighthouse in town. We got a very big resort in Chatham Bars, and I think the rooms are like $1,000 a night. And I think USA Today voted the restaurant the #1 seaside restaurant in America. No, I think also Cape Cod was the #1 beach destination in America, which is kind of crazy because there's a lot of places that I think have better beaches than we do. But we have some really great beaches like Skakit and Nauset and Coast Guard, and there's others. But yeah, I can't complain whatsoever. I'm trying to get eBay up and running. Don't know how fast of a pace I'm going to get this up on going, you know, but I want to get back to where I was. And, you know, if you followed me the last few years, there's been a lot of nonsense that just happened with everything, you know, separation and all kinds of things, health issues, losing weight, surgery, father passing away, and all these things just add up, and you don't really understand the toll it takes. You know, one thing, you know, you lose a family member and you think, okay, I can deal, but then it's, oh, I got health problems on top of this. Oh, I got this problem. I had some heart issues. They never really figured out why. I mean, I'm assuming me, because I was fat. that was the reason why I had the health issues. Let's be honest. And I just had an echocardiogram, and everything came back perfect. Like, everything's back up and running, you know, between changing diets and medications and eating right. You know, I've been off of a bunch of different medicines. Here's the lighthouse on the side. Maybe we'll see this in this picture. Let's go into the side. I think you could barely see it. But yeah, it's everything is good going, and hopefully I'll make more videos to be a little bit more out here. But if you guys have any ideas for videos, like them, put them down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. I'm also looking at looking to buy a piece of property. I want to build. Basically, I've talked about this multiple times in the past, over the last, I don't know, 12 years, that I want to build like a barn dominium kind of thing, or warehouse with a I'm assuming an apartment above it, you know, somewhere I could live and work in the same building, somewhere out in this area of the Cape. There's a few other towns over here: Orleans, Brewster, Harwich, Eastham. I may have to move off of Chatham. Chatham is quite expensive for what I'm looking for, and I'm not really sure if there's any even properties available that I could do something like that here. But yeah, that's it, boys and girls. I want to keep this short and sweet today. I don't want to chase my tail around in circles. But that's where I'm at, and that's what's going on over here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Peace out, homies.